My name is Kayla Monroe. I'm 29 years old, and this is how I took revenge on the man who convinced me he loved me, just to break me from the inside out. Interior, parked car, early morning. The sun is barely up. Fog clings to the edges of the courthouse steps. Kayla Monroe sits alone in her car, engine off. Her phone rests on the dashboard, camera on, recording. No tears, no emotion, just a hollow stillness in her eyes. She breathes in once, controlled. Then she speaks. It happened on a Thursday. I remember because my calendar had a note. Final cake tasting, 2 p.m. She pauses. But instead, I got a different kind of dessert. Bitter. She holds up her phone, tilting the screen toward the camera. We glimpse the subject line of the email still sitting in her inbox. He's cheating. You deserve to know. I thought it was spam at first. Random Gmail address. No name, no greeting, just photos, a short video, and then a sentence that burned its way into my brain. Look at what he's doing behind your back. Her eyes don't move. They don't flinch. It was Jordan, my Jordan, naked in bed with a woman I didn't need to zoom in to recognize. It was Madison, my best friend since I was 12. She looks out the windshield, watching a bird land on the courthouse steps. We were supposed to be married in 2 months. My dress was hanging in the closet. My parents had already paid for the venue in full. We were in the home stretch. My little sister flew in from Boston just to help with the final details. She was staying in the guest room. When I opened the email, she was in the kitchen making us pancakes. She pauses, lets that hang in the air. I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I didn't call him. I walked to the kitchen, poured myself a glass of orange juice, and asked my sister if she thought coral or dusty rose made better table linens. A faint smile touches her lips, but it's cold, almost bitter. Because if I said it out loud, if I gave it life, I was afraid I'd collapse. But that wasn't even the worst part. What destroyed me came later, much later. She leans back, eyes fixed forward now. Her voice lowers. There's a difference between being betrayed and being targeted. I found out I wasn't just collateral damage in some affair. I was the plan, from the beginning. She lets that hang for a moment. This isn't a story about heartbreak. It's a story about how I turned the table, about how I made sure the ones who tried to break me ended up begging me for mercy. She finally looks into the camera, stone-faced, steady, and I didn't give them any. Kayla's voice softens now, no longer cold, but reflective, like peeling back the layers of something that used to be beautiful. I grew up in a little town outside Savannah, Georgia. One traffic light, one high school. Everybody knew everybody. Cut to old family photos, faded Polaroids of a small brick house, a girl on a rusty bike, a tired woman in nurse scrubs, smiling with her arm around her daughter. My mom raised me on her own, worked nights at the hospital, picked up extra shifts when she could. She was strict, curfews, chores, no boys in the house. But she was fair. She taught me to earn what I wanted, to protect my heart, and to never let anyone else write my story. I was the responsible one, honor roll, student council, the girl who did her homework and kept her head down. We see a younger Kayla in a cap and gown, hugging her mom. I graduated a year early, got a scholarship to Georgia State, studied political science, paid my way through school working weekends at a bookstore. L cut to Kayla today, heels in her hand, walking barefoot down a quiet Atlanta sidewalk after work. Now I'm a paralegal at a mid-sized law firm downtown. Not the dream job, but I like the work. I like helping people make sense of chaos. Her voice tightens slightly. I thought I was building a stable life, Thought I was doing it right, the way my mom taught me. She looks off to the side. Ars nissa ayat varit. Then I met Jordan. Flashback. A trendy rooftop bar. A warm Atlanta evening. Laughing guests in suits. The clink of wine glasses. It was a networking mixer. I wasn't even supposed to go. A partner at the firm invited me last minute. She spots him across the room. Tall, confident, button-down shirt, with sleeves rolled just enough to show forearms and ease. He came over with a drink in each hand and a smile like he already knew me. Jordan's voice, in memory. I figured if I didn't introduce myself now, I'd regret it all night. He was smooth, but not pushy. Funny, without trying too hard. Said he worked in real estate development. Family had a few properties in Buckhead. I didn't ask too many questions. She shrugs. I've never been the girl to fall fast. But Jordan made it easy. 8th L. A montage plays. Jordan making dinner in her apartment. Jordan helping fix a leaky faucet. Jordan dancing with her mom in the kitchen, both laughing. By the 3rd month, he'd met my mom. By the 5th, he had a key to my place. I remember one night. I had a brutal day at work, migraines, car trouble, everything. I came home and he had dinner ready, candles lit, even folded my laundry. He made me feel safe, grounded, seen. They move in together. Then, a proposal at Lake Lanier. The sky golden. The ring modest but perfect. He proposed on a dock surrounded by friends. I didn't even hesitate. I said yes, like I was exhaling something I didn't know I'd been holding. She pauses, looks down. And Madison was the first person I called. Flashback. Kayla and Madison in a messy dorm room. Kayla in glasses, hair tied back. Madison on the floor, painting her nails red. Madison was my first college roommate. Total chaos. She dyed her hair every month, smoked clove cigarettes, skipped class, slept with the wrong people. Kayla chuckles softly. We were opposites in every way, but we clicked. She was loud where I was quiet, bold where I was cautious, and loyal, or so I thought, to the bone. Photos of them over the years. Spring break selfies, birthday parties, movie nights, matching tattoos on their wrists. A tiny anchor. She called me her anchor, said I kept her from floating away. I covered for her when she missed exams, let her crash on my couch during breakups. I helped her get her first job out of college. We didn't just share secrets, we shared life. She was family, my ride or die. Kayla looks directly at the camera now. A small pause. So when I told her Jordan proposed, she cried, said she'd never seen me so happy. She helped me pick out the dress, sat beside me stuffing invitation envelopes, said she couldn't wait to give the maid of honor speech. Her voice grows colder, more deliberate. If there were two people I'd bet my life on, it was Jordan and Madison. A beat. But turns out, they were betting against me. We see a silent montage now. Madison hugging Kayla after a dress fitting. Jordan helping Madison load a box into her car. The three of them laughing at a dinner party. The camera lingers too long. Their eyes say more than their smiles do. And I was too in love and too damn trusting to see what was right in front of me. She turns back to the courthouse in real time. I know now that betrayal doesn't come from strangers. It comes from the people you hand the knife to. She reaches for the car door. But the thing they forgot was that I know how to fight back. Click. Door opens. Kayla steps out, walks toward the interior. Kayla's apartment. Night. Kayla leans back in the driver's seat, the courthouse still behind her. Her voice steadier now, but only just, like someone speaking through the ache of an old wound that never quite healed right. I didn't confront him right away. I wanted to believe it wasn't real. I needed to not believe it. She takes a breath, remembering. But when you see a video of the man you love kissing your best friend like he kissed you, touching her like she's his world, something inside you breaks. Cut to her apartment, dimly lit. Jordan walks in with takeout in hand. He's casual, smiling, as if the world isn't about to shatter. Kayla waits on the couch, the laptop open beside her. I told him I got an email, didn't say from who, just asked if he had anything to tell me. Jordan's face shifts, his smile fades, then confusion, then panic, then the performance of a lifetime. What are you talking about? Someone trying to ruin us? She taps the keyboard. The video plays. Jordan watches himself and Madison on screen, a silence so thick it chokes the room. That's not what it looks like, he said. He denied it. First, he said it wasn't him. Then he said the video was old, said it was before we got serious. Kayla's voice hardens. The sheets in the video, they were ours. Bought them 2 months ago. The timestamps didn't lie. Jordan's panic turned into bitterness. Then he blamed me, said I was always working, said I made him feel like he didn't matter. It was just once, Kayla. I made a mistake. Don't throw us away over a mistake. She laughs bitterly. But it wasn't once. The screenshots, they were from different days, weeks apart, different outfits, same betrayal. Cut to Kayla pacing in her kitchen, phone pressed to her ear. Madison's name on the screen, straight to voicemail, again and again. Then, user has blocked you. I couldn't even scream at her. Couldn't ask why. Couldn't ask how. She blocked me, just like that. After 10 years of friendship, she swallows hard. I lost everything in a week. Montage. Kayla, curled in the bathtub, fully clothed, the shower running, calling the wedding planner, voice shaking, telling the venue she won't need the space after all, deleting the wedding website, a bridesmaid dress hanging in the closet, untouched, her younger sister hugging her tight, saying nothing, her mother pacing, furious. My mom told me to forget him, said I'd survive, but I didn't feel alive. Because I didn't just lose a partner. I lost my home. I lost my best friend. I lost my reality. Cut to Kayla in her office, pretending to type, staring blankly at the screen. Every memory felt poisoned. Every photo, every inside joke, every night we stayed up planning our future. I didn't know what was real anymore. People whispered behind my back. Some blamed me, said I must have missed the signs. Some said I should have fought harder to keep him. She scoffs, as if loyalty deserves negotiation. We see her staring at a mirror, wedding makeup, trial half done, before wiping it all off. I disappeared for a while. Not physically. I still went to work, still smiled when people asked how I was doing. But inside, I was numb, angry, then ashamed of the anger, then angry again. She looks down for a moment. I didn't want revenge at first. I wanted to rewind. I wanted to fix what broke. But that feeling, that desperation, it didn't last. Cut to her deleting a shared photo album, unfollowing Jordan, unfollowing Madison. One night, I looked at a photo of the three of us. We were at a Christmas party. Jordan in his red sweater, Madison wearing those tacky elf ears, me holding the camera. And it hit me. They knew. They were smiling in that photo, and they already knew what they were doing. She leans closer to the camera now. That's when I stopped crying. That's when I stopped wishing it had never happened. Because I realized this wasn't just a betrayal. It was premeditated. And if they could plan something so cruel, I could plan something worse. Her eyes are colder now, focused. So no, I didn't forget. I didn't move on. I moved forward with a different goal. A long pause. Then they built a lie around me, brick by brick, but they forgot who I was before them. And that girl, she was never afraid to burn it all down. Interior, therapist's office, later. Kayla stares down at a small glass of water in her hands, the condensation dripping onto her jeans. She's still in the parked car in front of the courthouse, but her mind is elsewhere now, deep inside the months that nearly undid her. I didn't bounce back. I didn't have some empowering montage where I cried it out and rediscovered myself over green smoothies and yoga. I fell apart, quietly, completely. Flashback. Her apartment. Empty wine bottles crowd the counter. Blinds closed. Mail piled up. I stopped answering calls. My boss gave me 2 weeks off. Turned into 6. My phone went on silent. I deleted social media. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them. Laughing, whispering, touching. Every time I opened them, I saw the ruins of the life I built around them. We see her lying on the bathroom floor, the shower still running, fully clothed, breathing hard. Ke. The panic attacks came out of nowhere. Middle of the night, mostly. I'd wake up gasping, clutching my chest, convinced I was dying. But when I'd look around, I didn't even care if I did. A moment passes. My mom showed up one morning. I hadn't answered her in 3 days. Flashback. Her mother standing in the doorway, eyes wide with worry, nostrils flaring in anger. She doesn't say much, just holds her daughter. She cleaned my apartment, threw out the wine, made me shower, said if I didn't agree to see someone, she'd move in until I did. A slight smirk breaks across Kayla's face, fondness, even in the darkness. And my mother is not a woman you argue with. Therapist's office, warm light, neutral colors, safe. At first, therapy felt like homework. I showed up because I was supposed to. I smiled. I said what I thought she wanted to hear. But there was one session where she didn't let me off easy. Kayla closes her eyes, remembering the moment. She looked at me and asked, "Why do you think they did this to you?" I gave her some canned answer. Said maybe they were selfish, impulsive, immature. She shakes her head slowly. And then she said, "But you're not random. You're specific. You're careful. You're intelligent. Doesn't it seem strange that both of them, people that close to you, hurt you at the same time? Doesn't that feel intentional?" And that broke something open. Cut to Kayla pacing her living room, suddenly seeing the past differently. Memories that once felt innocent now reframed through a darker lens. I started remembering things, little things, the way Madison always pointed out when Jordan was distracted, the way she teased me, joking, but never really joking, about how he was too handsome to be loyal. She'd say things like, "Girl, if you don't lock him down, someone else will." I thought she was being protective. I thought she was on my side. But then I remembered how she changed the subject whenever I talked about my old friends, the ones she didn't like, how she always made those friendships feel like clutter, like weight I didn't need. And Jordan, he started small, canceling double dates, calling my friends dramatic, telling me I needed to focus on our future. It was slow, methodical, a shift I didn't notice until I looked around and realized I had no one left but them. A pause. Her eyes glint with something new now. Anger, yes, but more than that, clarity. They didn't just cheat, they isolated me. They cleared the board. I was the control variable. I was their shared secret, their project, their little game. Montage. Kayla in therapy. Face puffy, eyes red, slowly beginning to sit up straighter. Journaling in bed. Reconnecting with old friends. Saying no to her mom for the first time. Gently, but firmly. waking up early, cooking again, shaving her legs for herself, not for someone else. I started writing things down. Every memory, every conversation. I built a timeline, a map. I wanted to understand how I'd been broken, because if I could map it, I could dismantle it. We see Kayla on her laptop, researching, highlighting, creating a wall of sticky notes, names, dates, messages, receipts. That's when the pieces came together. How Jordan's business suddenly expanded last year. How Madison paid off her credit card debt in one swoop. They used me emotionally, financially, socially. My name was on Jordan's loan application. My firm's name gave him legitimacy in meetings. I vouched for Madison with her last employer. Her jaw tightens. They didn't fall in love. They fell into collusion. She returns to the present, sitting straighter now in her car. That realization that I wasn't broken because I was weak, but because I was targeted, it flipped a switch in me. I wasn't a victim. I was evidence, a case file waiting to be opened. She picks up her phone and pulls up a screenshot, a spreadsheet of messages, payment records, screenshots of private DMs Madison didn't know she still had. I started to build a case, not a legal one, an emotional one, psychological, strategic. I stopped asking why. I started asking, how far can I go? The rage isn't hot anymore. It's cold, controlled, purposeful. Because they didn't deserve closure. They didn't deserve to forget. They deserved to see me rise from the grave they tried to bury me in, holding the shovels they left behind. Cut to Kayla standing alone in her apartment. She deletes the last photo of her and Madison. She prints out a copy of Jordan's company filings. She makes a list. 1. Ruin his credibility. 2. Expose her hypocrisy. 3. Make them turn on each other. 4. Never let them forget my name. Kayla, back in the car, breathes in deep. I know who I am now. I'm not the girl sobbing in the shower. I'm not the one begging for an apology that will never come. I'm the one who watched the match drop. And I'm the one who lit the fire. She opens the car door, steps out. Her heels echo against the pavement as she walks toward the courthouse. Not with sadness, with strategy, with vengeance, with power. Narrator's voice. Revenge isn't about noise. It's not chaos. It's precision, timing, silence. It's the scalpel, not the hammer. Interior. Kayla's apartment. Late night. The camera moves across a desk. Spreadsheets, printed emails, financial statements, a burner phone, a USB drive labeled Madison, final copy. I didn't want to hurt them the way they hurt me, emotionally. I wanted to make them answer for what they did, because pain fades, but consequences, they follow you. Step 1. Madison. We see Madison at work, sleek office, modern decor. She laughs with colleagues, coffee in hand. Cut to Kayla in a hoodie at a coffee shop with her laptop. Madison never stopped being careless. She plagiarized a proposal during her freelance pitch for a campaign with a top wellness brand. I recognized the source. I'd helped the original writer with edits 2 years ago. She downloads the original Word document. The metadata is untouched. Author, Christina Vance. Created, 2019. I sent it to her HR anonymously. No signature. Just facts. The document. The timestamp. The proof. 2 weeks later, Madison walks out of her office, a cardboard box in hand, confusion and fury on her face. She told people it was politics, said someone was threatened by her rise. She never knew it was me. Step 2. Jordan. Jordan liked to think he was smarter than the system. Crypto schemes, side cash deals, unreported earnings. He used my name for legitimacy but kept the profits off books. She meets with a lawyer. We hear snippets. The LLC is under your name. If you assist with the investigation, we can file whistleblower protection claims and limit your exposure. There may be a reward if funds are recovered. Cut to Jordan's smug face in a meeting, boasting about his next venture. Then, IRS letters arrive. His phone rings non-stop. A bank login screen reads, "Account frozen." News spreads fast. Clients pull out. Silent partners disappear. The house of cards collapsed faster than I expected. All I did was hand over the blueprints. Final move, the baby shower. A bright suburban backyard. Balloons, cupcakes, folding chairs, laughter, soft music. A banner that reads, "Welcome Baby Jameson." Kayla steps out of a black car. She's not in disguise. She's not hiding. She walks with measured calm. I wasn't invited, of course, but I knew she'd be there, and I knew he'd pretend nothing ever happened. All heads turn as she enters. The noise dies. She walks up the patio steps, ignoring the awkward silence, eyes scanning her like daggers. Madison is holding a gift bag, standing by the punch table. Her face drains of color. Relax. I'm not here to make a scene. Kayla reaches into her handbag and pulls out a white envelope. Smooth, sealed, unassuming. She places it gently in Madison's hand. "That's your termination letter," Kayla says calmly. "I thought you'd want a clean copy. HR must have misplaced the original." Madison freezes. You sent..." But Kayla's already turning. Jordan stands nearby, cradling a plastic cup, jaw clenched. "Kayla, what are you doing here?" She looks at him for the first time in nearly a year. Not with pain, not even anger, just detachment. You always thought the damage was the cheating, the betrayal, the lies. She takes one step closer. But the real damage didn't come from what you did. It came from how long I let it break me. Jordan scoffs, like it's all some drama. "You're seriously still hung up on this?" Kayla leans in, her voice barely a whisper. "I'm not hung up. I'm clear. I rebuilt everything you tried to ruin, and I left enough space for the two of you to drown in your own mess." She steps back. "I hope you make great parents, but just know, your son's baby book will start with bankruptcy notices and a fraud investigation." Gasps ripple through the guests. Whispers rise. Madison opens the envelope, sees the letterhead, and something else falls out. A photo. A printed screenshot of her and Jordan, in bed. Kayla smiles faintly. "In case you ever forget how it started," she turns, walking through the stunned crowd. No one follows her. Exterior, street, dusk. Kayla slips into her car, exhales. It wasn't about revenge, not really. It was about control, about taking back the pieces they stole from me. People say closure is a conversation, that you need to forgive to heal. She looks in the rearview mirror, watching the pastel-colored backyard shrink behind her. But sometimes, healing looks like becoming the person they hoped you'd never become. She adjusts the mirror, smirks, just barely. Unbreakable. It is in the end. Interior. New apartment. Morning light. Sunlight spills across hardwood floors. Unpacked boxes line the hallway, but the air feels clean, fresh. Kayla waters a plant by the window. She's barefoot, wearing mismatched socks and a sweatshirt with a small coffee stain. Peaceful, human. It wasn't magic. I didn't wake up one day cured or suddenly whole again. She places the watering can down and breathes in the morning. But slowly, piece by piece, I built something new, not better, just mine. Montage. Kayla signs a lease. The agent hands her the keys. She walks into the empty space alone. She laces up gloves at a boxing gym, her ponytail swinging as she throws precise jabs. Laughter bubbles out of her during drinks with two old college friends, people she hadn't seen in years but now feel like home. I started boxing classes, not because I wanted to hit something, but because I needed to remember what it felt like to be in control of my body. I reached out to friends I'd ghosted, the ones I'd let drift when Jordan and Madison became my entire world. They didn't judge me, they welcomed me back. We cried over cheap wine, we made dumb jokes, we remembered who I used to be. Interior, cozy cafe, afternoon. Kayla sits across from a man. Not Jordan, not anyone from the past. Just someone new. He's kind, funny, not trying too hard. She laughs, genuinely. But when he asks if they should do this again sometime, she smiles and says, maybe, I'm taking things slow. Then she walks away without looking back. I started dating again, not because I needed someone, but because I didn't want fear to win. I wasn't looking to fall in love again. I was looking to fall in love with me. Interior, therapist's office. Kayla sits across from her therapist, not slouched anymore. Upright, confident, but honest. I don't pretend I'm over it. I'm not. There are still nights when it all hits me again, when I remember the betrayal so clearly it feels like a fresh cut. But the difference is, I'm no longer waiting. Flashback, a notification on her phone. Sender, Jordan Hayes. Subject, just, please. Message, preview. I messed up. I lost everything. Madison's gone. I don't know who else to talk to. Kayla stares at the message. No reaction. She deletes it. Doesn't even open it. Jordan reached out a few months later, said he lost his job, that Madison left, that he didn't know who else to turn to. I didn't reply because closure isn't a conversation. She locks her phone and puts it face down. It's a decision. Interior, her mom's kitchen. Night laughter echoes as Kayla and her mother cook together. Her mom tells a terrible joke. Kayla nearly drops a spoon from laughing so hard. My mom says, I laugh differently now. Says it sounds like I mean it. I think she's right. Interior, bedroom, night. Kayla journals by her bedside lamp. The apartment is quiet, but not lonely. The pages are half full. She writes, then pauses, looks up, smiles. Some days, I still feel like I'm in the middle of it, like I'm still trying to crawl out of the wreckage. But most days, I remember I survived. She closes the notebook, stands, walks to the window. Atlanta glows in the distance, life moving on, unapologetically. They thought they buried me, but I wasn't a corpse. I was a seed. She touches the window pane, fingers steady. And now, I'm growing in the sunlight they never thought I'd find. Interior, Kayla's car, golden hour. She's back where it all began, in her car, holding her phone in front of her. But this time, it's parked in a different spot. No courthouse, no fog, a quiet hilltop, the sun setting behind her, the city in the distance. Soft music plays faintly from the stereo, something calm. Her hair is pulled back loosely, a hint of a smile playing at the corner of her lips. She presses record, looks straight into the lens, steady, peaceful. People always talk about the moment they got hurt, like that's the big moment, the one that breaks you. But for me, the real damage came later. She breathes in slowly, watching the sun dip lower behind the trees. It came when I couldn't trust anyone, when I second-guessed every voice in my life, especially my own, when I looked in the mirror and hated the version of me that didn't see it coming. Her voice doesn't waver. It's calm, strong. I used to think healing meant going back to who I was before it all happened. But now I know healing means becoming someone new, someone braver, Someone who understands that scars don't make you damaged, they make you real. A long pause. She looks out the window for a moment, then back. People ask me if I regret what I did, if I wish I'd taken the high road. She smiles, soft but firm. I took the road that led me back to me, and I'd walk it again, barefoot, if I had to. She exhales. Revenge felt good. For a while. But healing, her eyes lift slightly, catching the last light of the sun. Healing tasted better than revenge ever could. She clicks her phone off, leans back, lets the quiet settle. For the first time, really, we see her at peace. Not victorious, not vengeful, just free.